Welcome to the TJ Fanatico Podcast. We are continuing our series today. That's what the new podcast is. It is a series of one subject, like a preacher will do. Mm-hmm. Like we're going to preach on this series from the Bible for the next 6 weeks or whatever. So, yesterday was the first one, and we'll call it TJ's Top 10s. These are TJ's Top 10s. And every day there's another one.
That makes sense.
As a countdown.
Yeah.
Now, some days you'll see that I'm wearing the same shirt and hat or whatever for the entire series. That means we recorded them all in one day.
Yeah.
This is a different day than yesterday, so don't expect a costume change every time. Mm-hmm. So we're not gonna have that. Make sure you go to all of the social media platforms, including YouTube, like and subscribe all of the Ace and TJ accounts. Like and subscribe. Subscribe is important. I'm only finding that out now after 20 years of doing the digital broadcasting and stuff.
Yeah. It's important.
Why didn't you ever tell us that, Riggins? That subscribe is what we should try to tell people to do. Isn't that your department? Your social media man? Yeah,
but this is more the podcast world, but it is important that you subscribe so that way you don't have to go search it out every day.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to watch it or listen to it every day, it helps us if you subscribe. So it won't kill you. So do that. Now, the top 10 subject is characteristics men like in women. So we'll review yesterday's item, and then we will continue on with today's freshness coming up next. Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
All right, here we go. TJ's Top 10. Continuing the series on characteristics men like in women. Yesterday we started with number 10. It was cleanliness. Men like for women to be clean, both their person and their environment. Doesn't mean you have to be his maid or be dressed to the nines with full makeup on every time he comes around. It's nothing. If you use the term Stepford wife in this, you're just going to seem silly. So it's not what that means. Nobody likes a slob is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Nobody likes a slob. Okay, moving on. Number 9 on TJ's top 10 list of characteristics men like in women. They like for women to be affectionate. Affectionate. I'm not talking about sex. Women always go to this. All he wants is sex. Yeah, of course, it's all men think about is sex. And I'm not even talking about sex. I'm talking about a hug from nowhere that, or when you're in public, reach out and grab his arm as you're walking. Those are little signs that tell a guy that he is your man and you love him. I see it too, and I always talk about my wife not being affectionate in that way, and she's really not, but she's not a complete, cold fish either. But I'm over the top the other way. Like I always want to be hugging and kissing, squeezing, and all that. Because I think I've hurt babies in the past from squeezing them and eating their faces off. But I see far too often women who will complain because their husband wants to, hug up on them or kiss them or pat them somewhere or whatever. Because it's not always an idea that they're doing that just to lead to sex, So when you are constantly saying that, basically saying that he's only interested in that, it kind of diminishes, you say you're not supposed to diminish someone's feelings about something, but it does. Are you affectionate, Riggins?
Not particularly.
You're not? Do you find that Southern people are more affectionate than non-Southern people?
I don't know. I haven't noticed that, but I wouldn't doubt it if you say it's true.
Your girlfriend that you had, for a long time, was she affectionate? She's Southern, right?
My not particularly.
Like she didn't want to always be hugging and snuggling and that sort of thing?
No. But I have dated people that are like that, which is fine. I can get into it, but it's not natural to me.
Yeah. But if you were with a woman that never, ever, as I always say, she don't never touch me, in a creepy voice, would it bother you at all? It wouldn't?
Not a bit.
But you also are different than a lot of guys where you're so not jealous about things that it kind of upsets your girlfriends at the time that you're not jealous about things. Like you should be more jealous enough. So you're different, I guess, than
you would connect those two things, like affection.
No, I'm just saying that you're different than the most men,
probably,
when it comes to that kind of thing. And I know men aren't going to come out and say, it really bothers me that she never wants to, snuggle with me, or or when I go to put my arm around her, I go to hug her or something, she's like, get off of me.
I wouldn't like that.
That's what I'm talking about. If any of that kind of stuff, it's just, it kind of makes you makes a guy feel like that you're not attracted to him.
Yeah, I understand that.
But it also sends a signal, I think, that that the guy takes that as you find him to be annoying, and men don't like that if their women find them annoying or bothersome.
Annoying, ugly, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You stink.
And the thing about it is that, ladies, y'all talk about all these things if something's bothering you. Men don't. Men aren't going to tell you, it makes me really feel like you think I'm gross and disgusting when you don't even let me hug you, or you don't have time for me, or, whatever. They're just like, lesbian. Must be a lesbian.
That's exactly it.
All right. So again, I'm not talking about hanging all over your guy and always wanting, making him think you want to make the relations. Just a simple affection. Slightest affection means a lot to most men. Okay? There we go. That's number 9 of the TJ's top 10 characteristics men like in women. You know what that means? What's tomorrow?
Number 8?
Number 8.
That's what it is.
That's right. So make sure you're here for that. In the meantime, love you. Bye. Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here. And, you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.